Hi parents, in this video I'm going to be talking about what you should do if your kid is quarantined from school. So my name is Felicia Wright. I'm a teacher and family education consultant, and I help families make empowered educational decisions for their children. So I wanted to make this video because as a teacher, and I've taught hundreds of kids, I know what it's like for parents that have to suddenly teach their kids at home. And a lot of the times there's a lot of things that parents don't think of what they should be doing at home when their kid has missed a certain amount of school. So let's go ahead and dive into that, because I know that more and more parents are finding that their kid has to quarantine for a certain length of time before they can go back to school. So I want to talk about what you should do on your end to support your child. If more than likely your student is going to receive a packet. And the reason why teachers do this is because it's really the only thing a teacher can do. Right now, with the way the world is, there are some virtual aspects to it in some districts, but for the most part, you're just going to receive a packet. This is what we're going to do for the next 2 weeks or whatever. Make sure your kid gets it done. And I find that when kids miss more than about 4 days, they tend to slip. Because the stuff that they give you is stuff that's going to be done in the future, which means that that information has not been presented to your child. So most of the time parents think, oh, it's a packet, they can do it independently. But since they haven't had any exposure to this information, they cannot do it independently. And that's where a lot of parents get tripped up. I've had students, when I was in the classroom, they'd go on vacation for 2 weeks and I'd give them all the work we're going to do in the future. And then parents would be like, well, they didn't understand any of this stuff. And it's like, well, yeah, because I have not presented that information to your student. You have to present it to them. And what I mean by present is you have to teach it to them because they've never been exposed to it. So if you're at home with your child that is being quarantined, you're going to have to go through that packet with them and teach them that information, because that's new information coming out. And granted, they might know some of it, but more than likely some of it is new. So you're going to have to sit down with your child and explain and go through it with them, and just take it day by day. It depends on, every district is different right now, how long your child's going to have to be required to stay home and when they can come back and all the things. So take it day by day and then go from there. But you are going to have to sit down and go through that information with your child, because if you don't, then they will be upset and it's going to feel like, I can't do this. And you can definitely support your kid. The second thing I want to talk about is you can use an online resource to help present that information to your child. So for example, a great online resource is Khan Academy. I'll link it in the description below. Khan Academy is completely free. It's a nonprofit, and there's a whole library of content for K through 12 on different lessons. So if your kid happens to have some lessons on grammar, more than likely you're going to be able to find it on Khan Academy. So you can both sit down and watch a lesson on Khan Academy and do the work that they have with them. So definitely check out Khan Academy. Another good resource is ABC Mouse. That one is paid, but it's very low cost. IXL, I think it's .com, it might be .edu. I'll check. I'll put it in the comments below. But that's another one it's paid, but it's a lower cost and you can find lessons and resources there. And the last one I want to mention is OutSchool. OutSchool has a ton of teachers that present lessons live on OutSchool, so you can definitely check that out. I'll have all of this in the description for you to go check out. So if you have some new information in that packet and you're having trouble explaining it to your child, because it happens with my own children and I know how to do all the things, definitely reach out or go to those online resources and find what will help you present that information to your child. But one of the other things I want to talk about is be patient. It's so easy to get frustrated with your own kids, and I'm saying that as a mother and I've taught so many kids, and I still get impatient with my own child, and I have to remember it's like, learning takes time, and it's okay if they don't get it on the first try. You have to keep coming back to it and practicing it, because that's what happens in the classroom. It may seem like, oh, the teacher just taught them this and then they knew it, and then I teach them this and they don't. That's not the case. In the classroom, I would teach a lesson, we do some work together, and then they would do it independently. And then the next day we would do more of that and then build on it. So, and then the following day, more of the same. So we're constantly reviewing and building on top of it. So learning takes time, and just be very, very patient, because it can be tough, especially if your kid is upset that they can't go to school anymore and that they have to miss their friends like for this limited amount of time if they're quarantined. And just be patient with them and with yourself. If you gotta take a day off, take a day off. And the last thing I just want to mention, if you are quarantined, if your kid has been quarantined for whatever reason, and it has happened more than once, because I've had parents say that it keeps happening, I would just like to throw it out there to consider homeschooling. It's something that everybody can do. I have a video on finding the confidence to homeschool, so definitely check that out if you feel like you can't do it. Other than that, that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, put it in the comments below. I would love to answer your questions and help you. And if you need more assistance, I have an education consultation call that you can sign up for, and I will work with you personally. I'll also put that in the links below, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.